2, 1. Let's go. Welcome to South Puget Sound Regional History Day contest celebration from our bunker here in Tacoma, Washington, where we will be celebrating your incredible hard work over all of these months that you came up with incredibly ingenious ways of sharing with other people, with file sharing and documentary filming and filming your performances, and which all can be later posted on YouTube. The bottom line here is you've worked extremely hard. We are all extremely proud of you, and we are sorry that we do not get to see your exhibits that were incredible works of art displayed as they ought to be in their natural habitat of a gymnasium. Instead, we hope you all had some sort of a school event, and in that school event, you at least got to share your incredible sculptures and activities and construction skills and insights, both historical and artistic. I'm here with John. John, you want to chime in?
Sure. Hi, everybody. John Bookinger. I'm helping out this year on a variety of fronts. I've been so proud of all the student work and everything that I've seen happening associated with History Day. And congratulations to all of you for not giving up.
Here, here.
You really are going above and beyond, and we're just blown away by the work you're doing.
The good news is now I've got emails showing up on my screen because I'm using my iPad, which did no good at all, so stop the recording.
Okay.
What the hell? Crap. So if you touch that, it goes to it. How do I get out of this now? So do not touch the screen. Back to Zoom. Is that good?
That's good.
Okay, start recording. Lesson number 1 about Zoom: do not touch the screen when an email comes through, because it takes you to the email and cuts off the recording. All right, so things. First of all, normally is a part of the award ceremony where I would say that you need to thank those people who have suffered silently behind you while you went through all of your research, made them run multiple times back to the hardware store, and basically every who feed you, clothe you, take care of you, and tolerate you, and that is your parents. So could every parent in the room please stand up? Okay, a little round of applause here for the parents. The parents have worked extremely hard on your passion and have supported you extensively. The other people we need to congratulate are, of course, those other people who are not related to you, have no reason on earth to support you other than their love of teaching and their love of your passion, and that is your teachers. So could I have all the teachers in the room please stand up? Yeah, cheer for the teachers. Yay! Who are there. And remember, they have no investment in you. So they really are making sacrifices on your behalf. Thirdly, could we hear it for Sal and for Patty from Great River Community College virtually? We would virtually be there, and but of course they were shut down like all the rest of us, and because of the coronavirus. They love having the contest. It's one of their favorite contests this year, and please do not forget them because we will be back there next year, providing that we've invented what is it? What's the shot? Can't think of it.
Antidote,
all right,
or whatever.
Yeah. Secondly, finally, I'd like to thank the Colonial Dames. You may not know the Colonial Dames, but they are the #1 supporter of History Day in the state of Washington. And they have promised to help raise $50,000 a year to help pay for the state contest. And they've made a commitment to make sure the state contest remains fee-free because of their fundraising efforts. So congratulate the Colonial Dame near you. No, they're not as old as the Revolution. They only look it. Okay, so moving on. We're getting to state qualifiers. Okay, some of you are going to be advancing to state very shortly here. And so here's the news from Hannah Tofty, who could not join us because she's currently in a meeting with OSPI. And after that, she has an hour-and-a-half meeting with nationals. both on Zoom, so she's double booked. The bottom line here is I'm sure they're making decisions as you watch this about how Nationals is going to be run. But first thing you need to know, if you are if you're going to state, you will be getting 2 emails. One will be to ask you to register for the state contest. Registration deadline is Tuesday, April 14th, 2020 at 9:01 p.m. I see no reason to push it that late. This is actually the much later registration date than we've normally had after this contest. So you got a good 2 weeks or more, both to register and to improve your projects. Papers and websites, you'll have 2 weeks to improve. Secondly, you'll get another email from Hannah Tofty, which with instructions on how to submit projects for judging. And again, all of the categories must be submitted for judging by April 14th. So you have 2 weeks to A, improve, and B, take your photos and submit, or however it is they're going to ask you to submit. All right. You can, of course, find Hannah Tofty at the OSPI website for History Day, and she has contact information there. So moving on. Let us go to one category. Now, we'll be starting out here with senior historical paper individual. We often start with the papers because the papers have been waiting the longest. Yes. So with no further ado, we go to, there are 2 qualifying to state. In second place, Yugoslavia's Civil War. Disintegration of 6 republics, 1991 to 1995. I remember that. Okay, in second place by Anastasia Tepsa, teacher Joshua Murphy from Kent Mountain View Academy. Come on down. Here you go. Here's your
Kent
review. Congratulations. Well done. High five, virtual. But in first place, Einstein's Theory of Relativity, The Breaking of Barriers with Logical Philosophy by Jacques Jorgensen. Joshua Murphy teacher, Kent Mountain View Academy. It is a Kent Mountain View Academy sweep. Go Kent. Here you go. Yep, there's your first place ribbon. Well done. Congratulations. Moving on. Which brings us to junior historical paper individual. Now, there were many, many more entries. In fact, 2 pages. 2 pages of entries. Excellent category. Much excellent work to be done. But our judges have concluded in third place.
Are these all qualifiers?
Oh, yeah. Oh, advancing to state. Good point. If you get first, second, or third, you're advancing to state. Thank you for pointing that out, John. Third, the Peshmerga, breaking barriers to become the most effective stateless army in the world. Third place by Cameron Lee, Susan Sparrow teacher at Charles Wright Academy. Third place, Robin. In second place, Tunisia's Arab Spring, breaking barriers in the Middle East. Nawal Ahmad, Susan Sparrow teacher, Charles Wright Academy. And in first place, first place, the West Eastern Divan Orchestra, using the power of music to mend cultural divisions in the Middle East. Hannah Gulterez. Anyway, I screwed that up. Susan Sparrow teacher and Charles Wright Academy. It is a Charles Wright Academy sweep. Congratulations, Charles Wright Academy. Not to say that the rest of these works were not excellent. My judges were impressed. So, websites.
Oh, man.
Some of you might have had a little frustration working with the website system. Let me tell you why that was. We believe the corporation was purchased 6 months before the start of the school year. And as soon as the corporation that purchased them found out that there were adults interacting with children via electronic media, they freaked out and said, we don't want to have anything to do with anything that could possibly have websites, children, and adults involved in it. And so they pulled the plug on National History Day. National History Day then, in 6 months, using its own resources, built their own server. So you got NHD 1.0. Certainly we will have 2.0 by next year, and maybe 3.0, and the website category will get easier to use. Thank you for your determination to create websites in these awkward conditions. So there are 2 qualifying to state for senior individual website. They are, in second place, Freddie Mercury, who was a common topic this year. Freddie Mercury, an impact on the LGBT community in the rock music industry, by Hilani Sanchez, Joseph Murphy teacher, and Kent Mountain View Academy, in second place. And in first place, also advancing to the state competition, Shaping the Northwest, the Mullen Road, which I know nothing about. I gotta go watch that website. And that is by Gurzeeman Singh, Joseph Murray teacher, Kent Mountain View Academy. It's a Kent Mountain View sweep. Which brings us to the junior website individual. Many more entries. Okay. Tough competition. And now we've got some variety in recipients. In third place, Man on the Moon, the Space Race, Derek Morgan, Margaret Gray teacher, and Rainier Middle School. Rainier Middle School, point out third place. Come on down, shake your hand, high fives all around. You are going to state. In second place, Apollo 11, One Giant Leap, Michael Harris, Emily Minor teacher from Cedar Heights Middle School. Second place, come on down. Third place is white. Get that right. Second place. And first place, the Turing Test Computing Minds. Johnson, John Buckinger teacher from Meeker Middle School. All 3 of you are advancing to the state competition. Good work, students. Good work, teachers.
Sure, that first place must have had a pretty good teacher.
Well, I don't know. Sometimes we just luck out. Okay. Senior website group. All right, here we go. 2 to state, and introducing a new school award. In second place, the Magic Bullet, the Discovery of Penicillin. Now we need a new one. By Colin Bale and Peter Honbaugh. John Wright teacher from Kennedy Catholic High School, second place. Woo-hoo. Well done. Come on down, shake hands. All right, congratulations. In first place, Breaking Through History, the Fall of the Berlin Wall.
Hey, Jim, you're breaking up on my end. What's happening? Jim, you're all broken up on my end. Are you still there?
Part 2 of the Green River Community College History Day awards ceremony. Thank you, John, for your technical mastery at getting us back online after we were interrupted by some technical difficulties. Senior group websites. Okay, final placement. We have in second place and going to state, The Magic Bullet, the Discovery of Penicillin by Colin Band and Peter Honbaugh. John Wright, teacher from Kennedy Catholic High School, second place, going to state.
Very
We
nice.
have a lot of these disease-related, very topical topics this year.
And if
And
you
in
have any
first place-
vaccines at home, forward them on.
Yes. Breaking Through History, The Fall of the Berlin Wall, Ashley Kurth, Cash Hilsted, Nardos Abraham, John Wright, teacher, Kennedy Catholic High School. Now, I know that's ancient history to you, but I remember it as it happened. I was at a debate tournament in Oregon at the time on that weekend, and I missed a whole lot of the live action. I was so mad. All right. Anyway, that's a sweep for Kennedy High School in senior website group, which brings us to junior website group. And by the way, thank you all very much for your patience with the brand new system that they invented. What happened with websites this year is Weebly, did I already tell this story in the first half?
Yes.
Okay,
Oh, no, not, yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
I already told this story. Moving on. Okay, here we go. Which brings us to third place. Third place, here we go. Is it a crime to vote? Ella Wick, Gazelle Saroff, and Hannah McDonough. John Lee, teacher at Cedar Heights Middle School. Good job, you're moving on to state. In second place, 9 years and one continent later, A Railroad Revolution by Caleb Kurtz, Daniel Coppiton, and Cheyenne Bonnet. Carrie Willenbring from Bethel Middle School got them there. Second place, going to state. And in first place, Cosmic Conquest, A Journey for Truth, by Camden Altonay, Sawyer Broom, William Valero, Emily Miners, the teacher, and the Cedar Heights Middle Schools, the school. Go fighting, whoever you are. Okay, so that's junior.
The Fighting Cedars.
The fighting, are they really? You're kidding.
I really don't know.
Years, like the evergreen or Stanford at the trees.
They fall on you.
Okay, senior and into the performances. Okay, this is for our yearly lecture. Everyone, will every class clown please raise your hand? Will every cheerleader please stand up? Will every person who runs a podcast or likes to do instant FaceTime stuff and TikToks, would you please all become performances? It's the easiest way to get to state. It's the easiest way to get to nationals. All you have to do is come up with a high school skit and just do a whole bunch of documentary research background, write an annotated bibliography, and learn a bunch of stuff. But the actual performance is easy. Okay, here we go. In second place, just as sane as I am, Nellie Bly's expose of Blackwell's Asylum, Nevada Nelson, well-named alliterative name. You are moving on. Josh Murphy from Kent Mountain View Academy is your teacher. And by the way, Joshua used to teach in Nevada. So way to go, Nevada. In second place, I'm Me. How Katharine Hepburn helped break the barriers set for women in the mid-1900s. By Ashley Gramman. Josh Murphy is also a teacher from Kent Mountain View Academy. That's a Kent Mountain View sweep because not enough people try to challenge them for supremacy. Challenge them next year. Make them earn it. Which brings us to junior performance individual. Again, not enough people applying, but I'm sure all of them were quality because in second place, Agincourt, The Battle of 100 Years by Rowan Blacksher, Joshua Murphy, Kent Mountain View Academy. I'm seeing a pattern here. And The Klondike Gold Rush, Breaking Barriers in the Exploration and Population of the Yukon Territory by Lane Cuxhausen. Josh Murphy, teacher, first place. Here's your ribbon. Not really, but just like it. Kent Mountain View Academy. Again, challenge them next year, everyone. You're making it too easy for Kent Mountain View to walk away with this category. All right, which brings us to senior performance group, where we have the extraordinary life of Miss Ann Lister with Bernice McKee, Beverly Leathead, Michaela Meister Evans, Josh Murphy teacher, and surprise, Kent Mountain View Academy. You're going to state with a first place ribbon almost like that. Which brings us to junior group performance and a break in the chain.
Oh.
Will it be Sally Ride, Breaking the Atmosphere and the Glass Ceiling, marvelous pun in the title. Alexis Olson and Bethany Giffen, Carrie Willibrings their teacher, and it's Bethel Middle School, making sure that Kent Mountain View doesn't run away with everything. Go Bethel. Okay, good job. Now, for you tech people out there, obviously we had a lot more documentaries this year because of the problematic nature of the web experience, but excellent documentaries out there. We had a whole lot more, so we're going to have first in senior individual documentary, we have one qualifying to state, Snow and Slaughter by Vitaly Pyonkov, Josh Murphy teacher from Kent Mountain View Academy, state first place. But now, in junior documentary individual, we broke them into two sections because we didn't have the ability to have a finals, so everything was finals this year, which means you were all finalists technically. You all get to claim to have been finalists. But we have two rooms. Two will advance to state from each room. In room 158, in second place, the Women of the WASP, WASP. Hazel Thompson with somebody, John Buckner, and Meeker Middle School is headed on to state where they will get a chance to go head to head again, which what they already did and who took first place, How the Marx Brothers Broke Barriers in Comedy, Ezra Thomas, Joshua Murphy teacher, Kent Mountain View Academy. But that's not all. We have another section of first and second. In room 159 on your schedule, if you're following along, if you have your program, can't tell your players without a program, you have Inoculating the Troops, George Washington Saves the Continental Army by Raylan Paris. Carrie Willibrings the teacher from Bethel Middle School. In second place, second place going to state, okay? Second place going to state for Inoculating the Troops. Hopefully that's not confusing. Second place. And in first place is Revolutionizing the Medical Field, the Heart-Lung Machine, Caitlin Manor, Robin Light, Rainier Middle School. Again, Rainier Middle School first in that room, Bethel Middle School second in that room. No ribbon confusion this year. All right, moving on. By the way, that bell, symbolic. John Donne's poem, It Tolls for Thee. Therefore, have compassion for all humanity in this time of crisis. All right. Third, we have the Fairest, from Fairest to Fearless, the evolution of Disney princesses.
Yeah.
John Wright teacher, with the students being Arwa Talib, Ava Kalelo, Emma Matheo, Golnor Goraya, and Isabella Ingstrom. Okay, from Kennedy Catholic High School in third place, advancing to state in senior division. Okay, in second place, Stonewall, Persecution to Pride, Courtney Nguyen, Juliana Bassano, and Maddie Tobin. John Wright teacher, Kennedy Catholic High School, in second place going to state. Common topic that this year, Stonewall. And in first wall, also Stonewall, Riots from the Shadows to the Light by Elena Rainwater Ireton, Nicole Perez, Rudolfo Lazama, and Tabitha Burnaby. John Wright teacher, Kennedy Catholic High School, first place. Congratulations, that's a Kennedy High School sweep to the state competition. Junior documentary group. Again, two rooms, two advancing from each room to state. Oh, by the way, if you've been admiring my National History Day sweater, you will notice that you're asking yourself, where can we find those? Well, of course, you have to go to Nationals to get yourself a National History Day sweater. That's where I picked mine up. In fact, though, you don't. All you have to do is go to their website and you can order it online and pretend that you went to nationals. Okay, moving on.
Trying to order merchandise because NHD is hurting just like everybody else, and they're actually
Right.
asking for some
There you
support
go.
this time.
Yes. So buy your merchandise. All right, here we go. You need not buy merchandise to win, as has been proven. Okay, moving on. All right. Room 155 and room 155. Here we go. Second place, junior group documentary, Vaccines, the First of Many. Alexander Williamson, Ethan Longry, Inderpret Singh, and Mason Newton. Julia King is the teacher, and it's Cedar Heights Middle School scoring that one. In first place, Breaking Medical Barriers, the Development and Importance of Vaccines. And that's Kina Garcia Ramos and Todd Posick. Carrie Willenbring is the teacher, and it's Bethel Middle School taking that first place from that room. Going on. Also, same category, different room. Junior documentary, room 157. The polio vaccination. This is becoming a theme. Breaking Barriers with Barriers. Alex Mack and Landon Fan, John Buckner, and Meeker Middle School.
Meeker Middle School.
Is got that backwards. Oops, that is wrong.
Yeah, that's a second.
First.
We need a nice, it's a blue one, yes?
Okay, you're gonna edit this, right? It's second place. Treading Trenches. Easton Hammond and Evan Wimbles, Jacob Cook, Matthew Mokas, Abby Wanacott, Cougar Middle School. Okay, Cougar Mountain Middle School. Again, that's room 157, second place, Treading Trenches, Easton Hammond, Evan Wimbley, Jacob Cook, Matthew Mokos, Abby Wanacott's the teacher, Cougar Mountain Middle School, second place in room 157. First place in room 157, the polio vaccination, Breaking Barriers with Barriers, Alex Mack, Landon Fan, John Buckner, and Meeker Middle School. Oh my Lord. Yeah, we highlight these things so that we don't make mistakes. All right. Hollywood is not knocking on my door. All right. Senior, we made it to exhibits. Yes, the exhibits who have to wait the longest to get results on the day of the contest. And they never get to know who's in finals. Well, guess what? You were all in finals. So, 3 to state from senior individual exhibit round 1. In the third place, the marvelous mold, the world's first antibiotic. Faith Piat, Josh Murphy teacher, Kent Mountain View Academy. Marvelous mold, third place, you're going on. In second place, the dying planet, hopefully not us. Amima Khan, Joshua Murphy is the teacher, Kent Mountain View Academy, second place. And in first place, senior individual exhibit round 1, final round, Blind Fanaticism by Janisa Hansen, Joshua Murphy, and Kent Mountain View Academy. That's a sweep for Kent Mountain View with those 3 moving on to state. All right, junior exhibits individual. Here we go. Now, this is why your teachers are telling you to please do performances or perhaps websites or maybe even documentaries. There are 6 because 48 of you or 50 of you, something like that, all entered in junior individual exhibits. So there are six sections, which means only one could advance from each section of 9 entries. Well, 8 or 9 entries, the case may be, which means there is one first place per 6 sections.
And Jim, didn't we have originally like 70?
We had a whole bunch of everybody. This biggest contest actually so far ever in terms of registrations. And the vast majority of you managed to make yourselves virtual in time to be participating in this contest. So good job on you out there. Good job on you teachers. Good job on you supporting parents. Okay, first place out of 6. Junior individual exhibit. Curie's Consequences. Nicole Geeson, teacher, wins. Teacher, Abby Wanacott, Cougar Mountain Middle School. First place, you're going to state. Also first place, tied with you technically in the other section, is The Peanut Man, Saving His People Using the Agricultural Sciences. From Carol Askew is the student, Sharon Morgan the teacher, Liberty Middle School. And the Berlin Wall gets a first place in Group C. Cameron Singer, Keith Swan is the teacher, and Rainier Middle School. Nice. Congratulations, you're going to state. To the Moon and Back. Ashlyn Walsberg, Margaret Gray, Rainier Middle School. You also are a first place winner, but that's not all. Women Who Broke Barriers in the Air Force, done by Peyton Gagnon. Maria Orozco is the teacher from Kamayakin Middle School. Women Who Broke Barriers, you are also going to state. And finally, the last but not least of the junior individual exhibits going to state is Black Panther, Pushing Pride. Olivia Latham, Abby Wanacott is the teacher from Cougar Mountain Middle School. Congrats to all of you. Well done.
Congratulations.
Excuse me. Had a little dry cough there.
Any other symptoms, Jim?
No other symptoms so far. Here we go, which brings us now to senior group exhibits. All right. This is normally the time when I would be telling people to please police the area around them, pick up all those fries off the floor and all the litter you've left behind, check with the office for the 4 or 5 lost cell phones, your missing jacket that from North Face that you begged your parents for that you left behind because it got warm in the middle of the day, and in general reminded you that if you do not pack your exhibits into your car and take them home before 4 o'clock, Green River Community College will simply throw them away. But luckily they're already packed up. And it's because I basically, one of my favorite things to do during the judging rounds is go around and really look at all your wonderful exhibits in the gymnasium, because I get to do that. Yeah, not this year. I'm actually not going to be able to do that this year, but I do have all the pictures and I will get to looking at all of them. So here we go. We have 2 sections, each one advancing 2 to state. So senior group exhibit round 1. Here we go. In second place, advancing to state, Jonas Salk, the man who paralyzed polio. Abigail Fox, Elizabeth Dukeson, Henry Vombruck, and Tommy Butzerin. John Wright, Kennedy Catholic High School, second place. In first place from that section, going to state, Unchained Melody, the democratization of the music industry. Nice. Hannah Anderson, Jada Johnson, Molly Manning, Waverly Arocto, A-R-U-A, Arocto. And that's John Wright with Kennedy Catholic High School, and that's in Group A. In Group B, also going to state, Group B, Julia Child, Breaking Barriers 1 Egg at a Time. That group is Crystal Thompson, Kayla Brimmeyer, and Megan Flaherty. John Wright and Kennedy Catholic High School. I'm assuming you're plotting my bad pronunciations of names.
It's very good.
And in first place in this category, The World Doesn't Revolve Around You, The Breakthrough of Heliocentrism. I love the title. Colin Olson, Julia Yee, and Maddie Schaefer. John Wright and Kennedy Catholic High School. That is a sweep in this category for Kennedy. Off to state. Now, junior group exhibit. Again,
oh, here we go.
We had about 50 entries.
A lot of
which
entries.
means 6 subcategories, six different sections, 1 from each section advancing to state. And here they are. All firsts From drills to pills, Caitlin Hanna and Yasmin Maikos, John Lee's your teacher, and Cedar Heights Middle School, your advancing and a junior group exhibit to state. Also to state, Ascending into the World of Aeronautics. Nice title, Ascending Aeronautics. Okay, Alyssa Martin, Nathalia Ortez. That's Alyssa Martin and Nathalia Ortez. Come on down. John Lee's the teacher and Cedar Heights Middle School. Which brings us to Group C, also first place. Blasting Through Barriers, Jemison's Liftoff to Success. Good job, Ashley Poteet, Mackenzie Horak. Abby Wanacott is the teacher, and it's Cougar Mountain Middle School. That's also a first place going to state.
Nice job.
Yet another one. We choose to go to the moon. A definite theme here this year. Kira Da, Krishna Verma, and Kalia Gomez. Linda Foreman is the teacher from Cedar Crest Middle School. Next, also going to state and first place from their section, Elizabeth Blackwell, She Takes a Stand, with Bree Catherson, Jameson Richards, and Melissa Nawaki. John Lee is the teacher.
Good job.
And it's Cedar Heights Middle School. And finally, but not least, junior group exhibit, first place going to state, Wickwow and Hopkins, Jennifer Garcia, Jordan Law, and Lily Hall, and we have no bias here, John Buckner from Meeker Middle School.
Came by it on it.
All right, and that and that concludes all of our awards. Thank you all very much for all of your hard work and your determination to make this go forward. A little round of applause here for the judges who took, and one of the advantages this year is you got a lot more feedback from the judges this year than you would have gotten in one quick rushed 3 hours of handwriting. They took some time and wrote up some substantial paragraphs on some of these ballots, which will be back to you by Sunday night, at least to the teachers, and the teachers can forward them to the individual students from there. So the feedback is coming. Also, when we post, hopefully in 1 hour, judging by the clock in the background, this to YouTube, we hope, we will have a link that has some information about how you state contenders can register and what the expectations and timeline on that is. So with
the ribbons, will they be sent to teachers or sent to kids?
I think what we're going to try to do is email them. I think we're going to try to do is mail them to the students directly. Hopefully the students have actually filled out their registration form completely and gave their actual physical address and didn't skip that part. We'll see. If not, I will mail them to the teachers if I can't figure out a way to mail them directly. Any last words, John?
Just thank you, and congratulations to everyone. Really a huge year, and I'm just so proud of everyone.
And wash your hands maniacally. Keep social distancing, please. All of you are carriers and a threat to people of my age. So it's not that we don't like you, just stay away. So with that in mind, see you next year. Hopefully after they invent the vaccine. Bye.
So Jim, hey Jim, put it back to me as the host, and then I'm going to end.
All right. Participants, host. Now what?
Now I am going to end the meeting and get to it.
I'm going to wait here for you to tell me we're done.
All right. So we're done now, and I'll be with you shortly.